Hello to all of my Aries. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Aries, let's stay focused. We are still in this first quarter moon in Libra. This is about balance, doing more of what you love to keep that peace and harmony and balance in every area of your lives. Let's get into it. We are approximately 2.4 days away from the full moon in Capricorn. And guess what that means, right? Yes, we're close to a full moon, so you may be fired up about some things, and hopefully that fire is offering you some inspiration to move forward to the bright side of the moon. A full moon in Capricorn means that it illuminates areas in our lives that hold us back from shining our light to the fullest and most joyful way. So it's going to really challenge you to commit to something. Commit to change. Committing to change. We got the Devil card and the Tower card. Yes, Devil card and the Tower card lets me know that somebody is a little nervous about moving forward. But just be encouraged, Aries. Be very encouraged. You all are a very courageous sign at your highest frequency. And so again, be very encouraged that, like I said, this change may scare somebody. Like, this is a major change moving forward. Like, okay, but Source is like, I got you covered, Aries, on all sides. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be nervous. You don't have to vibrate low and start, going back to bad habits or any of those things, Aries. You don't have to do all of that. As a matter of fact, what Source is trying to do is, somebody may think things are falling apart, when actually they're falling together perfectly for you, right? Somebody's going through a major change. This is the Tower moment. And so if there are people around you thinking bad thoughts or negative thoughts or whatever, trying to attack you during this vulnerable space in your life, that mean that you could cry at the drop of a hat. You can feel like you're going from 0 to 1,000. I mean, like, emotionally, you're so charged up. But let's continue keeping it high vibrational, right? Keep it high vibrational. We have the Page of Pentacles. Use this time to look for other ways to make money. This is the cycle of booked and busy. This is the cycle of booked and busy, right? So instead of focusing on who burned you in the past and complaining about it and that kind of thing, it's time to get busy. It's like, okay, I need to look for new windows of opportunity to make money. So first, you want to thank Source for those opportunities to be enlightened. Right now that I know better, it's time for me to do better. It's time for me to just like hit the ground running, right? Moving forward into my own light. So I'm going to release all that bad energy from the past, right? Who burned me, and if they're going to get their karma, and all of that in the past. All of that in the past. We're not responsible for other people's karma anyway. Like, we're not other people's judge, jury, or executioner. We are co-creators in our own lives. And so if they have bad things coming back to them, it's because they put the energy out into the universe, and it may not have been just you. So you're not focusing on who burned you. It doesn't matter who they are. You're saying, I'm moving forward. I'm moving beyond all of this, and I'm getting rid of all that negative energy out of my spirit. I'm saging. I'm walking around the house doing a positive chant, speaking positive affirmations to myself. You know who you are, Aries. You're strong leaders. You have amazing self-confidence. You all have positive energy. You're brave. You're creative. You're honest. You're courageous. You're determined. You're confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, very passionate. Don't let that passion, because somebody is operating in a spirit of fear and operating in a spirit of doubt within themselves, that Source is inside of you, leading you on this whole path. Source didn't leave or forsake anybody. Source is right there. Don't let that fear cause you to make an impulsive decision or impulsive behavior, have lack of patience, have outbursts of anger on people who did absolutely nothing wrong to you. Start seeking attention in any way, shape, form, or fashion, where people are looking at you like, look at that narcissist. Like, you don't need to vibrate low. All you need to do is trust Source, that Source has you completely covered in all areas. This is the time for you to say, okay, God, I don't know what this next thing looks like. I'm not really sure yet, but I know I'm stepping into my own light. The more and more you step into your own light, the less you're going to have to ask God what's next, because you already know what's next. You're in the light. You're no longer in the darkness. People who say, well, God, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, are still in the dark. People who are in the light are like, all they see is expansion around them, opportunities around them, that you don't need to stab people in the back or step on people's necks to get to the top. All you have to do is ascend your spirit ascending higher. Leave all that negative, low vibrating energy behind. So the people that burned you, they're already experiencing their karma. It's already happening. It's already happened. The moment they released it out to the universe, it already happened. For some people, the karma is just going to be, their karma towards you is going to be they no longer have access to you. Because again, I see you looking for new windows of opportunity when it comes to your money. And I do see somebody getting a job within the organization where they'll be very happy. So leave all of the stuff that you thought about in that last job behind. I mean, the people who tried to burn you, somebody who was jealous of you, all of that, please leave all of that behind. You want to bring a good, positive, high vibrating attitude into your next place of employment. You let people, like, show people what you are really working with, Aries. Like, what does a high vibrating Aries look like? So for people who say, oh, you know, I had a manager who was an Aries and he or she was this kind of way, that's not me. They chose to be that way. That's not me. Your actions speaking louder than your words. You do not want to bring bad energy into a new space. Like I gave, I can't remember which sign I gave this example to, but I was watching this movie, and it's not like a fan favorite movie. It just happened to pop up in my feed, Aries, when I was like looking through like what is it, Amazon Prime or Netflix or one of those I was looking through, and I was like, oh, okay, let me see. I just kind of like read, you know how sometimes you read like the little description of like what the movie is about, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what, let me just go ahead and just watch this. I have some downtime, let me just watch this movie, right? And ended up really, really enjoying the movie. I thought it was like I can't remember if they were, I don't think they were any like really famous like A-lister actors or whatever in it. But you know, sometimes you just come up on these movies and you're like, oh, okay, all right, this is a nice, pleasant surprise. But anyway, the way that the movie starts off is a man and his wife are sitting in a therapist's office because the wife cheated on the husband, right? And so they weren't at a point of going through divorce or even separating. They were like, we need help, right? So the therapist says, it sounds like to me, your first marriage is over, right? So she said, can we all agree to that? So what she meant by that is, you all are committed to change, very much like we're talking about the full moon in Capricorn. This is where you're committed to change. You all are both committed to change, so you're going to have to leave all that bad energy back in your past, right? So what that looks like sometimes is recognizing that you're in a new house. This is not what the therapist said, but this is what she was saying to them in lay terms. I was reading between the lines of what she was saying, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of already know what's going to happen after this based on what she said to them. But what she was saying to you is physically move out of that house, because that house has a lot of triggers. So what I'm imparting onto you all is to physically, you have moved from a job, you have moved from some type of a relationship where you felt like you were constantly being burned, and it was causing all of this making you look like the low vibrating energy, right? Or people not being able to, from the outside looking in, not be able to tell who started the fight or who started the fire, right? So moving on beyond that place, like I said before, for some people it's just like really nerve-wracking and you feeling nervous and scared and I'm not really sure what's going to happen or whatever. I'm telling you, for some of you all who are doing your businesses, you're writing your books, you're starting your companies, your LLCs, you're building your brand, you're doing everything. These people won't have those people from the past that you're leaving behind won't have access to you anymore. That's going to be part of their karma. You've moved on in peace. They got to stay in that place, in that toxic environment. That can even be some of your exes. They got to stay in that toxic environment. You've moved on. You're protecting your inner child. Some of you all are moving on to new, happy, healthy relationships. And guess what? They got to stay in that toxic environment. They got to stay in their toxic home. When we talk about home, we're talking about they got to stay in that toxic body. They don't even realize they can ascend higher and leave that body and move on to the next, right? Move on to, creating their own internal peace and happiness. But I see you all surrendering to Source. Like, you know what, Source is, I'm ready to surrender to what you want me to do. I need to ascend higher. Something has to give, right? So again, God always wins. You can keep scrambling and scraping and fighting down in your lower frequency if you want to, but I'm telling you, God is always going to win. Always. Not sometimes or every now and then. Always. Here we have the Nine of Swords, right? Somebody has cried their last cry. They're just frustrated. Like, I need to just move on. I don't want to stay in this space. I have to move on from this space of heartbreak and disappointment. Deep heartbreak and deep disappointment. Somebody whose heart was cracked into 3 places real deep, right? But you cried out to your ancestors, and your ancestors says, we got you covered. Source has you. Your guardian angels have you. You're covered. You have like a network of people surrounding you in a circle saying, get out of their head, get out of those negative thoughts, get away from that negative, low vibrating energy. We have the 5 of Swords. Get away from that energy. Get out of that energy, right? Here we have the High Priestess. Again, this is about your intuition. I mean, lightning information is coming through to you all right now, and it can be overwhelming because we are near the full moon. If you really start tracking, like if you put together like a moon diary, and you start to realize around full moon, your energy levels spike to a point. Some of you all are exhausted. Like all you want to do is take a nap because you just don't know what to do with all of that energy. I'm telling you, thank Source for the past to be able to leave certain jobs, certain relationships, romantic relationships, certain friendships. Be just grateful. You don't have to say anything negative about people. Just move on. Just move on. Keep your vibrations as high as possible. You don't even want to give your enemies or somebody from your past an opportunity to say, but you did X, Y, and Z. No, listen, I'm closing it out. I'm closing it out on a high note. I've walked away from the situation. I don't have anything negative to say about the person. I don't want that bad energy. Remember, karma is for everybody. Whatever energy you put out in the universe is going to come back to you also. So no, I don't have anything bad to say about the person. Conversation is off the table. We're not talking about it. Somebody tries to bring it up in I don't have anything to say about it. Not even subliminally, I don't have anything to say about it. I'm not throwing any shade, no nothing. Because again, Source is trying to bring new opportunities my way. Why would I mess that up? Why would I be the fool and mess it up, right? Fool and upright is a good thing because that's like somebody being very optimistic moving forward, having a great really, really having a great conversation with Source. Like, you know what? I didn't understand while I was in it being burned, but I fully understand now. I fully understand what it is now. So I'm not crying over this anymore. I'm not shedding another tear over this. Right? Exactly. So yeah, let's keep it moving. The 7 of Pentacles. Yes. So like I said, there's a lot of money coming your way. A lot of ideas to make money coming your way. It's going to come to you lightning fast. Some of you all are going to be like, I'm not sure if I should trust this. Because again, you've been in the company of energies that were either committed to misunderstanding you and they hurt you, or you've been so accustomed to being hurt and deeply disappointed that you didn't even realize that that was the energy that you were giving off. But Source says, okay, I'm going to take you off this hamster wheel. I'm going to take you off of this right now. I'm going to put you in a new opportunity to see if you're really committed to change. That's what that full moon in Capricorn is about, fully committed to change. As we move through these phases, and I'm sharing with you all what each one of these phases mean, please listen, because new opportunities are coming across your path and new creative ideas are coming across your path. But I'm going to tell you what the issue is, right? I want you to go and watch my video on the solar plexus chakras on the second channel, the knowledge channel. That link is below. Somebody's solar plexus chakras was out of alignment. You were putting way too much emotion into something. Way too much of your heart was invested in this, and it was blocking your money. It was messing up your money, and somebody got lost in something. Like you lost yourself in all of this. It could have been an ex-husband. It could have been an ex-wife. It could have been a job. It could have been anything, but somebody really lost themselves in this. And losing yourself could take on any form. Like somebody could be emotionally thirsty and you're taking on the environment, whatever environment you're in. So if they acting like a bunch of wild animals and fighting and screaming and clawing each other's eyes out, guess what form you're going to take? You're going to shape shift right into that. until you remember who you are, how powerful you are. I don't have to turn into my environment. I don't have to be this environment that I'm in. I don't have to become the culture of this environment, feeling like every day I go to work, I gotta, be in this fighting stance. Like nobody can approach me because I'm about to go off. I'm about to go from 0 to, you don't have to be that person. This is where, again, this is why right now, today, we are still in that first quarter moon in Libra. That is about balancing and peace. It's about internal harmony, peace, and balance within yourselves. If you don't like the job, find another one. Find another one where you will be appreciated. If you don't like that romantic relationship or their family, find another relationship, but don't stay there and become just like them. Expect powerful change. Expect powerful change. Expect powerful change. That's why groups of people get labeled as such, right? You stay down in that lower frequency. Right? You don't stand out, because some people are afraid to stand out. Very few people are willing to go to their highest frequency of agape love without being pulled backwards, because you're afraid that people won't think, oh, you think you're better than, you think you're this, you think you're that. No, I don't think anything. I know who I am. There's a difference. I know you think, but I know who I am, right? So yes, here we have 00. I am observant. Right? Your number for today is angels ask for your attention. Open your eyes, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward through meditation and prayer. That's right. Focus inward. You never stay at a place where you realize that's not me. I feel like I got to stay in this place to survive. That is self-sabotage. When you can leave, that's not who you are. You're not building anything within yourself. You're not building it. It's coming out of that situation like a snake shedding its skin. Okay, how many times do you need to be bitten before you become just like that snake? How many times do you need to be bitten by a venomous snake before you become a venomous snake yourself? That is what I have for you. Like I said, keep ascending higher. Source has you covered on all sides. Your ancestors are watching over you. They saw you crying. They heard your cries. All of that. They were right there. Like, we're just going to sit here in comfort. So again, some of you all may see shadows in your bedroom at night, or you may look out of your periphery and feel like, okay, I just saw something move. What was that, right? You may go outside and just feel a presence around you. Again, no matter where you are, source is right there within you, but keeping your ancestors and your spirit guides and your angels covering you all around you. So like I said, move into this next wealthy place with a great positive attitude. Okay, that's what I have for you, and I will see you on Wednesday. Mark your calendars. That is the full moon. It kicks off the full moon in Capricorn. All right, bye.